What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another Terp Talk.
What's going on?
I'm CannaDave.
And I'm Groovee.
On tonight's episode, we're going to be talking about the terpene Geraniol, which is familiar. Oh shit! Sorry. Which is familiar with the term geranium, the herb that a lot of us are familiar with, which you plant during the year. So that's where it gets its name from. It's we're going to be talking about that, but first we're going to roll up a doob.
Sesh out a little bit.
Smoke some weed. We're gonna smoke some apple fritter. Groovy's gonna take a dab, and then we're gonna be seshing on Geraniol today. I think I'm messing up that word right now, but you want to pass me the tray?
Geraniol. It's honestly, Geraniol. Like it's honestly, what we're talking about we were trying to get the pronunciation. It's Geraniol. There we go. Geraniol.
Geraniol. There we go.
Took me a second, but I got it. How y'all doing
It is
tonight?
one of the rarer terpenes in cannabis as well, too. When we were doing the research, there's select amount of strains on it, and there is not many cannabis strains, but it has a familiar profile to a lot of the other terpenes, which we have talked about previously on other Terp Talks, which would be limonene, which is just like the citrus. And then it has a rose fruity aroma was one of the main ones. And then also lemongrass, which I believe lemongrass is similar with what was one of our first ones we talked about. One of the big ones was either myrcene or carefulline. And so me and Groovee were talking back and forth, and I think it's kind of like it's like an added sweetener to those strains. It enhances everything. So but that's a little sneak peek into it. We're not gonna get too much into it because I gotta get a joint rolled, and we gotta get session with you guys tonight. It's Tuesday, so like I said, we're gonna be smoking on some apple fritter, and this is the last of it. Got it from.
It's got an interesting color to it because it's got like a little mix of like a darker tone to it, but
it's not really pulling up good.
It's good though. That's what's up though. What's up, Jason? What's up, Josh? How y'all doing today?
What's going on, guys? Thanks for tuning in tonight. What do you guys?
What do you need?
The tray.
Oh, well, I gotta empty it, I guess.
Yeah, if you don't mind, so I could roll it up. I think the apple fritter will be like a nice compliment to tonight's Terp Talk.
Why is that?
Because they kept mentioning peaches, blueberries, so like that fruity. So I'm thinking like a little bit of apple fruity.
Okay.
Maybe that might play into it. But when you're looking up genetics on apple fritter, it's a very, very, they're not out there really. So, looking forward to smoking this.
Yeah. Oh, you're smoking on cheesecake? Kush? Nice, dude.
Okay.
That sounds fire. Doesn't it?
Oh, yeah. Dude, to be honest, every time I hear cheese, I've smoked it a couple times here and there. It used to be so popular, and I used to like it. I haven't seen much, but that does sound good. Cheese quake. I wonder if that's familiar with. I
feel like cheeses aren't as popular as they used to be. Like cheese used to be around all the time, but I don't feel like you're just not seeing cheese the way you used to.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So, but I wonder if it's just because people just stopped wanting to grow them, or just the terp profile and people got away from them. With that specific with the cheeses, those genetics.
Yeah, I don't know. You never know. Green Crack Diamonds, nice, Jason. That sounds chronic.
And he's smoking on apple fritter. Hey, we're about to be smoking on the same stuff, my dude.
Actually, Jason, now that we're talking, we actually have you're just here right now, real quick. We got that figured out with our people, and we ordered those 2Xs. So you'll be getting your shirt that you won.
2. Got you on that. And the hat. We were able to. Yep. Got them in. They are a little bit backed up, but as soon as we get the email, we will send you a DM, and we will be good to go. So, I think it was resting on the paper, so I had to move it.
It's all good. You know me with my camera angles.
No,
I gotta make sure it's perfect. Everyone out there is like, "What are y'all doing? Why is Groovee not talking?" I'm just like,
He's all the back end production.
I just want to make sure it looks pretty.
Everything, and that's all Groovee.
So, super pumped. What are you smoking on, dabbing on? As you can see below us, drop a fat glob of words in the comments. I thought that was clever.
And also, speaking about the giveaway, we're going to be doing another giveaway coming up. Maybe we'll run another one similar to the one we did on 420, where we just have a number and you just got to guess the number and closest one wins, and we'll do another giveaway package. Because we wanted to do 2, but we didn't get to the second one. I think me and Groovee, I know myself, I was pretty lit myself that day.
Jeez. Yeah, it was.
If you haven't watched that stream, I definitely recommend it. And go around the 50 to an hour mark. We the edibles hitting us pretty good at that point. I mean, it was a good time. So I think we're gonna be throwing that giveaway up again here soon too. So another one. And again, congrats, Jason.
Yeah. So yeah, about to take a glob or two. I'm gonna take a glob because I really need it. Getting after all this stuff set up's always fun. It's just like a nonstop process for like hours.
Yeah, how's your guys' week started off so far?
Gonna do some sweeter stuff today.
I wonder if that's me. I wonder if that's gonna be portraying on the
McFlurry
journal side.
Really, that's pretty nice. Really.
And who's that by?
5-star.
5-star. Okay, cool.
Yeah. All right,
my dude. I'll spark this up. I'll let you get your dab ready, and then we'll get rolling into journal.
Yeah, please let us know what you're smoking on, dabbing on, everything.
Some interesting facts on it. When we talk about it, there's some interesting stuff on this specific terpene that I liked. And where is right here? So I'm gonna go right into it right now. This is from myhavenstore.com. So if you want to check out the website, it's got all different information on different terpenes. The plant is very famous due to its citrus scent and because it's often employed in farms to repel insects potentially affecting the crop, which is similar to the other terpene we talked about, which was like citronal. Like, remember the one that you put in the tiki torches? So similar to that terpene that gets your insects away. It is Journal's distinctive aroma what instills the interesting scent of rose and fruits within the cannabis strain. This effect tends to be more subtle than the stern aroma of citronal oil, and that can be found in geranium plants. The reason I'm bringing that up is because this strain does the same thing, similar to, or not this strain, this terpene does something similar like that as the other terpene, citronal. Not the oil, but we're talking about I'm probably messing up the name of the terpene right now, but there's a similar terpene. And with it, with having that to put away pests, it also has bees are attracted to this plant as well, and this terpene as well too. So it's pretty cool to see that. And that's just a couple interesting tweaks into journal.
Yeah, that is definitely. Hey, and apologize if you're getting some glitchy feed into Twitch and YouTube and everything. There's nothing really I can do. I don't really know. It seems to be the internet. So I'm glad we're at least going live. I'm good on Facebook, but so just want to let you know, audio's still passing through. It just looks a little glitchy on Twitch. So anyways, apologies. You know, sometimes that's where we live in this digital world. So. Oh, shit.
Yeah,
Almost lit my mic on fire. My gosh.
I think that's all right. I mean, and if it is glitchy, hop on over to Facebook and you'll get a clean stream. That pretty much was what Groovee's saying. So.
Oh, it's going in and out. Look, it just locked back in. It just was for the past like 5-10 minutes. It must have just been internet. I disconnected from my iPad and my phone, so maybe that's helping. Disconnect from here. Oh, it doesn't matter now. But all right.
Yeah.
So yeah, cool. I'm glad we're coming in good.
Yeah, I would agree. Yeah, Jason, I would agree with you on that too. The high temp's not good for terps. Low temp's better for nicer
100%.
Yep.
If anything, I do get a little frustrated sometimes when I'll like accidentally take it too cool. But I'd rather be too cool than too hot. I mean, the only reason I would take it hot is if I was like running low on dabs, and not even super hot. I just mean I would take it hotter, and that's only because if I was running low on dabs and wanted like a fatter hit, I would just take a bigger dab. But that's only if I was like desperate for a hit there.
What's up, D-Rock? What's up, Kruger on
What's up, everybody? What's
IG?
Up? So, have you all heard of Geraniol? Because to me, it's like it's one of those ones that I had to like really look into because of like it was really unique, like CannaDave said, but also just the fact that it's just like not that popular. Like it's just not. I mean, I guess like the problem with me is like, let's talk about this a little bit because it drops a citrus tone and it talks about rose, right? And it talks about those type of aromas. Do you think that it ever gets mixed up with other terpenes and other flavors because of like the way it has a lot? There's a lot of like citrus stuff, right? So sometimes I even mix up the pine, lemon. Sometimes I'll make the citrus. There's like eucalyptol, like which is obviously eucalyptus, but has it's that fruity citrus aroma of all these ones that cross in between them all. So
To me, I kind of think this specific terpene like is an added sweetener, an added flavor that boosts the other terpenes. So if it has a heavy heavy percentage of this terpene in it, I think it's just adding to the flavor and making those terps and the flavor in those specific strains become more citrus,
prevalent?
more
Yeah.
exactly.
Right on.
So if it is citrus, you're getting more of the citrus. If it is more of the lemongrass, you're getting more of that. It's an
So you're
added
saying
flavor,
this
like an extra boost.
Yeah, but could this with like a good other citrus like terpene would probably mix very well, is what you're saying. Yeah.
That's what
hear that.
that's what I'm portraying this
Yeah.
as. The
Absolutely.
specific terpene, but we'll go through here some of the strains here in a second that are heavy in Geraniol, and a lot of them, everyone's heard of some of them. Some of them you might not have smoked, and I'm curious, so I'll read them out. If you have smoked them, drop it in the comment, and I'm curious if you've liked those specific strains. So the one with the most common on my Haven store where we're still on is Lemon G, and the second one they have is Lavender. The third one would be Harley Quinn, which I've heard of, and Harley Quinn I believe is more on the higher CBD side too, if I'm not mistaken. And they have Agent Orange, Afghani, an older school strain, Amnesia Haze, which is one of the ones that me and Groovee both stuck out to us because we both have had that. I personally do like that strain as well too. Amnesia Haze, the Kimbo Kush, Black Cherry Soda, and I believe Black Cherry Soda is bred by TGA Genetics as well. And if so, that strain is, I've had that strain once or twice and it was pretty tasty.
The Kimbo you're talking about?
I had Kimbo too, Black Cherry Soda.
I've only had Kimbo like once, so I don't know how legit it was, you know.
Right, that's true. That is true because I don't know if those are
Like when I only have a strain like once or twice, like I just had, especially with everything, all people lying back in the day, and even so now, like, you know, like sometimes it's hard to believe it. Once you've had it like 3, 4, 5 times, then you can really believe you know the terpene, the flavor, because you're like, oh yeah, you know. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I feel you on that. But yeah, how's that apple fritter hit? Pretty good. It's not bad.
Yeah, it's
Pretty
okay.
tasty.
I like it.
Yeah. How's yours?
Yeah, this is the website CannaDave was referring to. So, yeah. That's that.
Yeah. But that was probably one of the not episodes, one of the cool charts too on this, because it also has little tidbits of articles on the side as well, which I think is pretty cool too. And Dutch Hawaiian, and here's one I know everyone's heard of, Purple Punch. Purple Punch is probably one of the more common ones. And then also there is Strawberry Diesel. Fan of Diesel, fan of Sour Diesel, New York City Diesel, fan of all those. Be honest, I don't think I've ever smoked Strawberry Diesel though.
I feel like I may have, but like again, like it's one of those ones that like, oh, and here's the stuff CannaDave was talking about. I feel like it's one of those ones that didn't have enough. You know, like, I don't know if I've ever had, and if I did have Strawberry Diesel, it was like once or twice. You know, it's not one of those ones I regularly had. But again, you know, back in the day, like, not enough to really say I have. Oh, Josh, you got Afghani in your garden. Nice. That's what's up.
Do you get any floral or citrus or what smell do you get from it, Josh?
Yeah, curious.
If it's actually flowering, unless it's one going an outdoor one, then you got it for veg and perfect. So we'll have to see some photos of that flowering. You know, I don't see Afghani around as much. I feel like that was very common when we first started smoking as well too.
Yeah,
a lot of Afghani.
Well, I mean, Afghani Kush and Afghani this and that. So yeah, there was definitely like tons of it. So I mean, there definitely was. I don't. It's definitely nowhere near as like you definitely don't see it the way you used to. So.
No, you really don't. You really don't. I wonder why. I wonder if it's just because of the. I'm curious how it actually grows too. Is it more?
What Afghani? Ask Josh.
Yeah, Josh, how does the Afghani grow? Is it stocky, or is it more taller and airy Afghani Kush?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. You know, I don't know how if I know. But I don't know. I mean, Geraniol is not something I would definitely reach for, mainly because I don't necessarily like those citrusy and rose. Like, see, that's what I'm saying. Like, I can kind of picture what a rose smells like, But like what a rose tastes like, I don't know. You know, like that would be tough for me to like figure out. So
There's a couple of the strains I liked. And like we said, this is one of the rare terpenes, and they even said in the article it's nowhere near like myrcene, because that one's one of the most dominant cannabis terpenes out there, which is pretty much in most cannabis strains. Which we'll be going back to probably in the next month. We'll probably be wrapping these up. I don't know how far we're gonna go down the line of all the terpenes, but because there's like we're going into like the most common ones that you'd come in contact with at like a commercial facility, which would be where you could go to the store and buy your cannabis. That's where, I mean, there's ones that are probably very small that we're not even touching on, but there's over 150 we're talking about, Groovee. Side point, it's one of the rare ones in like I would say the top 30, because I think we've already gone through like 15, so different cannabis, terpenes.
And and now that I think, I mean, honestly, when you think about it, there's only so many flavors that really are prevalent and common in cannabis. Like for me, at least, you know, especially once you start liking certain smells and tastes, you start going towards those, right? So I mean, it definitely has that light, and that's why they say rose, sweet. They compared it to blueberries, and even they said it's in carrots. So it's like it's one of those things that it's definitely has that sweeter but earthier taste still.
Yeah. Definitely on the earthy
So
side
it seems,
too.
but it seems to be that crossover. You know what I mean? But on the sweeter side, less on the grassier, earthier side.
Right.
Yeah.
It has different properties too, or not by
Yeah,
properties.
even Josh is saying it has a floral smell. Afghani.
That's really okay. I really don't remember Afghani, to be honest. I don't remember. I haven't smoked it in a while. A while, it's probably a couple of years. Damn.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. All right, so yeah, so I don't know. We're gonna jump over to what are you guys smoking on? What are you dabbing on? Because curious what everyone's smoking on. All right, I can't listen to these headphones anymore. They're driving me crazy.
It's also used in fragrances too, as perfume, which a lot of these terpenes are, and a lot of them you see over time you're seeing the same, like what Groovy's saying. A lot of them have the similar flavors, but also a lot of them have the similar effects too that they're able to do for maybe antifungal, anti-anxiety.
They kind of cross over and stuff.
Yeah,
definitely.
They do.
I just want to bring, because we just smoked some apple fritter. Jason just smoked some apple fritter. He said, I'm smoking on it smooth, sweet, kind of nutty with a single fruity taste. And I could say that it was a little bit sweeter, but I wouldn't get it was, I mean, maybe a little bit nutty. I didn't even think about the nut, but to me, it was like a lighter smoke with like a little fruity taste in it.
We got white runts up on IG.
Nice. I love me some runs, man, especially since I've been smoking it lately, dude. Runs genetics are freaking great. I mean, I'm not saying it like Runts like the company or the brand or whatever. I'm just talking about the flavor. I really like the flavor of some good Runts. So I'm really surprised.
Yeah, we just smoked runs actually for the episode.
Yeah, it was good. It was good.
I do like the flavor as well on the runs. Very nice D-Rock on the white runs up there.
Nice.
You wanted to talk about the rose scent too. You were talking about that's on the.
Well, I brought it up briefly,
Dutch
but
passion.
that's what I mean. That's what like the Afghani just proved that Josh just said, that it's like it literally does have a floral smell, which means like a rose. I mean, because when you think floral, you think of a dank flower, and a really smelly flower is like a rose or like a. I mean, because like when I think of a tulip, I don't think it smells. Right, I think of a rose. I know it smells. It has a sweeter aroma, right? Mm-hmm. So that's why that's why I kept saying rose. I mean, Josh. I mean, how do you feel that Afghani tastes? Do you feel like it gives you like a floral taste? Because sometimes when I get like that floral taste, sometimes it almost because when it's in weed, floral mixed with that earthy myrcene that common cannabis one, always tastes to me almost like an IPA. Like where it's sweet, but it's also got like that, like uniqueness to it. And I don't know.
Is that IPA one remind you of that Jenny Kush that we had at Loom?
Yeah,
Is
but
that
I've
the
had
taste you're talking about?
Yeah.
Because I'm trying to picture it. Because if it is, then yeah,
But I wouldn't say that. I don't know. I can't say that's only it, because that's not. Well, no, but that's not like the only floral that there is out there. Like when you think of like floral, I just always called an IPA like a floral beer.
Well,
Sometimes that's where that crosses over.
Right. Well, you can consider linalool more on the floral side too. That's lavender, right?
Yeah, no, 100%, 100%.
That's pretty more of the common
Yo,
terpene too.
Craven, White Ash or Trash, what's up, babe? How's it going? Boom.
Actually, we just finished that joint. It was pretty much White Ash.
Solid. Yeah.
Apple fritter.
Appreciate y'all dropping in and commenting and liking, sharing, whatever y'all. Oh, what's up, fam? How's it going?
I think we should roll one more doob for the second half.
Of course, we should roll up another one.
All right.
Let us know what you're smoking on, dabbing on. We're gonna move back into Geraniol in a second, but we just pulling up some of these questions, and we've just been like digging. What's up, Dean? What's up, everybody? Appreciate y'all coming up, hanging out.
Yeah, man. Me too. I mean, a week ago we were live for 420. We didn't even do the Terp talk.
Yeah, it was nice. I mean, if you didn't drop in, we actually did a giveaway. We really just smoked and dabbed and ate some edibles. We kind of just, it was time to kick back. We had nothing else to do that day. We ordered some tacos. That was it.
Taco Tuesday. We had some good tacos, man. Those are solid tacos.
Solid tacos.
I cook pretty good tacos, too.
Oh, he's rolling off some cake. Nice, Craven.
I'm rolling up with you, man.
Oh, yeah. What are you rolling up?
This is the 007.
Nice, dude. That's got more of that earthy gassiness, but I don't know. I still can't pin down that one exactly. I haven't smoked it enough. Like, I don't know. You keep saying gassy, but I'm getting almost like that myrcene with a sweetness to it. So
tastes like almost...
I need to keep smoking it before I really can understand what that is.
I love that. Really I just need to keep smoking it.
Well, no. I mean, literally. All right, tell everyone the genetics of this 007. We're going to take a second here. Because this shit is like... Go ahead. Isn't it lemon pound cake number what?
Yeah, London pound cake 75 crossed with Project 4516, I believe, which doesn't have crosses released, but through research, it looks like one of them is probably Gelato, I think. And I believe it's Project 4516. And that's by Grandifloria Genetics, and the London pound cake is Lit Farms. And I also got the Supersonic with the Gary Payton. I mean, I feel like it's got a little bit of the pound cake. It was only my first time running it, too, so we'll see how it goes. Second and third time. Yeah. I gotta give it a shot.
It's solid, though. It was unique. I liked it. I mean, it came out pretty solid, though.
I liked it. It's a clean smoke. I love Jason's comment.
Throw some diamonds in it?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we don't got diamonds. I mean, we could throw some batter in it, but let's just throw some keef. Just dump the rest of the keef that's in this little grinder.
Throw some keef in there. So I don't even bring my tips here no more. Groovies just spotted us 30. Ask me how fast these go. They're only going to stay in one spot. Right here.
Yeah, but is this even a full page?
No.
No, because there's one row missing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's 2/3 of a page.
It's the greatest. This is the greatest. I need to go buy myself a book. Is this right by your store? Right by your house?
What, that I bought that? Yeah, actually, we can take you there and get one. Those are really useful. I wish I had the whole cover. So Raw came out with entire books, rectangle books that you can go get filters. And to be honest, it was only like double the normal price. So.
All right, so we got keef, some flour, and Geraniol.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be honest. Like, I mean, I don't have a lot of, but it said it was in headband too. Like one of the articles said headband.
Yes, it did say headband, and if that's true, I really like headband.
Well, I mean, like you said, it was all those random ones, so it was really hard to pin down a flavor.
But also,
right? Like sometimes when you're like, oh, it's this, there's that, it's lemon. Like when it was like, certain terpenes are easier to like identify, right? Because it's like, but like. When it's in Harley Quinn, Lemon G, Strawberry Diesel, Purple Punch, Agent Orange, like it does have a citrus flavor, obviously, because all those are a little bit sweeter. But like Tahoe OG,
like that's what I'm saying. I think it just gives it that little bit more of sweet. Just adds sweetness to whatever's the most powerful terpene in that flavor for that specific phenotype. It's more of a gassy one. Maybe it's going with that. If it's more of a
right. That makes sense.
I think that's what I'm thinking of this specific terpene. That's how I think it's portrayed and how it's hitting.
That makes sense, man. Say I have one, but
No, I got it.
trying to get your arm out of my shot. All right. Hell yeah. No, this Geraniol. I wish I had more experience with it, but it's one of those ones. Like I said, we're trying to get in those terpenes that are on the thin end, meaning they're not as popular. But it's definitely unique. But it has the anti-inflammatory stuff. There was some research done with it being antibacterial, and that's why it repels insects. And then it's, compared to citrus and rose floral smell. So it's obviously like a mix of two. It's not just floral. It's not just citrusy, but Geraniol is this floral citrusy smell, right?
I think one of the common cannabis strains that's in is black cherry soda, which is crosses of black dahlia and ace of spades. I had ace of spades. That was very, very berry. Very berry. I believe.
I tried ace of spades way back when, but I don't know. I cannot recall. I mean, didn't you have it for a bit?
I did.
Way back
TGA
when?
Genetics, I believe it was too. If I'm not mistaken.
I remember getting that before. I remember smoking it, but I don't remember.
Subcool. Why did I keep saying TGA Genetics? TGA Subcool. Subcool's Genetics.
Right, 100%.
And his is the black cherry soda as well too. That's why it's so familiar.
Jeez, so crazy.
Yeah. And that strain. Those strains very popular.
Dean says keef. I love it. Hell yeah. Just dumped as much keef as I could in there.
And Ace of Spades is a cross of black cherry soda and Jack the Ripper. Going down lineage. And yeah, hell yeah, keef. I love me some keef. I always add a little bit.
Yeah. You know what though? I'm gonna have what's interesting about this journal? I'm gonna keep I'm gonna try to taste for it, right? So if something tastes citrusy, but it's not overwhelming, and it does have a floral taste, I'm gonna start calling it. I keep saying Geraniol. It's Geraniol. Geraniol. Excuse me. Sorry, I had to look up.
I'm messing it up. I'm butchering.
I had to look up the phonetic spelling. Geraniol. I thought.
Oh.
Geraniol, because it says junior. It's like Geraniol.
Geraniol.
Well, it said GR.
I've been messing it up since last week and a half. So.
Yeah. So I'm going to shift for a second just because I think this is actually a pretty good question. Because I want to ask everyone else in the stream too, and mainly just because I think it's a good question. So Jason just asked, what do you use to roll with paper, blunts, or hemp? What does everyone prefer here? What's everyone prefer in our Terp Talks? Because, Dave, I'll let you go because I already know your answer. Go ahead.
For papers, I love my zigzags.
There you go. Now, I would say me too, but if you would have asked me...
And with a raw filter.
Right, but if you would have asked me 8 years ago, I would have said Swishers. Grape Swishers or red Swishers.
No. They were White Owls. We were getting White Owls.
Well, I know, but I'm saying 8 years ago, that's what I fell in love with. That was the last thing. I used to buy the Swisher Sweets by the 5-packs. Grape, red ones. I loved them.
I mean, I still love me a good Swisher Sweet. Isn't there also
here and there, but now I'm so I want to taste the bud. If it's good bud. If it's not good bud, grab that Swisher. Grab that backwood.
And we did smoke up a blunt on 420 Live, too, I think. I believe so.
Yeah. I know we smoked a backwood on 420. I don't think we did it live. I think that was after we smoked the blunt.
I swear we smoked a Swisher during the live sesh.
Well, whatever day we did smoke backwoods, I thought we smoked 2. So for some reason, I thought I thought it was 420. It was a blur. That was everyone else's 420. It's a blur. Good. Using elements. Okay. Hemp cones.
Man, see, here's the thing.
Keef.
Who said elements? Actually, who said elements?
Josh, because you say you don't like elements.
Yeah. See, have you had this problem with elements, Josh? I mean, every time I used to lick an element, it would come undone. The whole joint, it wouldn't just stick. It would not stick. It would always come undone. So I've always stayed away from elements. I've tried pretty much like every paper. I think I've had the Marleys back in the day, I believe. I've done cones. I've done the zigzags. All the whites. I hate the oranges. It's too much paper. The whites are too small. The ultra thins are okay, but I've switched to the green hemp ones. These are like my favorite right now. And I've also actually been using that hemp wick too to light my joints at the house.
Ooh, fancy. I'm not laughing at you. That's good. That's good. Actually, isn't that?
For all the joints I smoke.
That's probably healthier.
Man.
Why don't you bring no wick for us to stay healthy, bro? You're gonna stay healthy.
I try to just bring everything, and I bring myself. Sometimes I forget the little things.
He don't even care. He doesn't even care.
But yeah, that's just what I prefer. Those are, and what else? I've had OCBs. OCBs aren't bad. I think I've had the Randys. Aren't those the clear cigarettes? Or those ones with the metal? Remember the ones that had the metal on it, Groovy, where you could hold it at the end towards the roach?
Oh my god, the metal ones?
Yeah, and then they had plastic wrap ones, which were like see-through.
Rallies? No.
Randys, right?
Randys.
Yeah.
Oh, you said Randy's? No, I thought it was something different. But yeah, okay, Randy's. That sounds fine.
Is it Randy's? I don't know. I know Randy's is one pack.
With a Y. There was a Y on the end. Yeah, those probably weren't good to smoke. I did like the convenience of them, but having metal in there for no reason.
Oh, looking back, no. Good thing it was only a couple times.
No, not for me.
I had the
I'd say enough.
Which ones were they? All the different flavored ones. Juicy J's. What are they? Those the ones? Juicy J's.
Yeah, I did not like Juicy J's. Those sucked sticking wise. I didn't like the flavor. I mean, maybe when we were smoking like I call it Regs. Yeah, Regs.
Regs. Man, you miss Regs?
No.
Terp talk on Regs. All right.
It's like, do you miss your foot being in pain? No, I don't miss my foot. Whoa, what just happened there? That was a weird switch. That's what happens when you try to set automatic buttons. Things fail.
we disappear.
Yeah.
And we're back.
And we're back. That's funny. It's pot. Gotcha. Yeah, but this week we're talking about Geraniol. And again, probably should have put the phonetic spelling in there. Apologize about that. But it's Geraniol, not Geraniol, because that's what we were saying, Geraniol. But I don't know. Like, it definitely seems fascinating that it's like, and that's why when we get into these deeper terpenes and you go into these more specific terpenes, not the more common ones like myrcene, the issue is that you start getting to these points where they're not one flavor, right? It's not like this is just lemony, right? It's like now it's like kind of citrusy floral, so it's like in the middle of
rose,
these two.
lemongrass,
right? So you can mistake these easily for other ones, depending, right? That's kind of where my mindset is, at least.
But I completely agree with you. But I've been trying to. Don't want to forget this, and I want to mention it. One of the strange things is, quote from Leafly: perhaps the strangest of Geraniol is within honeybees, who produce it in their sweat glands as both a maker for nectar-bearing fruits and as a territorial mechanism to thwart off potentially dangerous colonies from taking over a hive or one of their pollination sites too. So that's an interesting a fact about Geraniol.
Geraniol. I think it's Geraniol. I mean, that's what I would.
Man, I'm just gonna call it G from now on.
The Terp with the J. Remember that one?
Yeah, I'll let you just say it because I obviously cannot pronounce that word tonight. And so that's a pretty interesting fact. And each terpene we've talked about does have their one interesting fact or cool research that's being studied on. That one of them I think was helping Alzheimer's. One of them was the one that was very good at getting insects away from your house.
Well, yeah, I mean, sometimes,
your
yeah,
other plants,
I
even the plants
you're
growing.
You're saying like a lot of these terps have like a unique
property, unique characteristic.
Exactly. Yeah, I get that.
And I like that. And that's what's cool. But it also plays a factor into what you like though as a consumer if you don't like these specific ones. But also I feel like these rarer ones though are the ones that are just subtle amount. They're never going to be that high percentage unless it's one of the ones we've talked about that are listed where it's like common, like the black cherry soda, the lemon G, amnesia haze, I think it was Dutch passion, I think I said, and then the strawberry diesel, purple punch.
Right.
So,
hey, honestly, it's kind of interesting because you know what? I bet you if they don't want a super citrusy flavor, but they want a light, sweet flavor, they'll use this mixed with other terpenes. Like when they're thinking, I'm thinking about someone that's like maybe crossbreeding or going into like crossing the terpenes. Because it's just like I feel like it's. So, I mean, maybe not exactly because this can't be correct exactly. But you know how you have a mixing wheel with colors. You add blue. Like, it doesn't just change. You don't just add blue and more blue happens, right? It depends on what color it is, right? So this flavor, I feel like depending on what terpenes you add and depending on what terpenes you mix, this could totally end differently. That's why this one feels unique because this feels like this could add more floral or it could add more sweet depending on what terp's already there. I think that's what you were kind of saying in the first place, kind of like with the whole, it's an additive, or you were saying it like adds to it.
Oh yeah,
that's
like a sweetener.
I kind of hear what
it's
you're
like
saying,
a
but I'm thinking in a
it.
different way in the sense of depending on what it tastes like. Say you have like a something heavy with like lime, lemon
peel.
what's the that flavor. Yeah, damn it, I know that's what I'm talking. Lemon.
You said it.
I know. I'm just like stoned. So lemony.
So if you add,
if someone,
is that right?
Strains. I don't know. We'll see. We'll have to try more of them.
No, I mean, we're just beginning on it. And plus, more and more now strains, we're starting to see terpene results, hopefully coming on flower and in test results. And hopefully the growers will be providing that information because I think that'll be key moving forward for the industry and knowledge instead of just always the indica sativa, because the flavors are playing a factor as well into that indica sativa debate. And Josh, real quick, if you're still here, I agree. Ultra thins got expensive, but now the zigzags, these ones have 50 in them. I forgot how many elements have, but these have 50 in them, and they're like $2 as well, so they're pretty cheap. So if you want to give them a try them out. I just love zigzags. But I'll do your trick on element. Maybe I'll try
that
it
was. Oh my God, yeah. I totally missed something, Jason. Thank you for saying that. Jason just said it's used in ceramic bombs and baths, and I totally missed that because I do remember that it's also used in lotions. I forgot about that. I did read lotions.
Yeah.
Fragrances too, but I do remember lotions, and it's probably because of that rose sweet, but it's not like super citrusy, so it's probably nice on the smell, like a rosewood probably type of smell.
Yeah.
So absolutely, and that was a great call because I know we talked about that. We just didn't mention it.
Oh yeah, no, I mean we talked.
That was a good call.
There's a lot when you're looking at the terpene and trying
and
to.
That's the thing, like you said, some of the anti-inflammatory, the antibacterial, some of that time is like tends to like kind of bleed over, and not even in a bad way. It's just they all have studies that have that antibacterial or fungal.
Well, yeah.
But when you start, the unique ones, how the properties are used is what we dig into, and it's neat.
Yeah, it is neat, and I just think talking about it, learning more about it is just helping. Like I just said, it's just helping the community grow and go further along in the long run for this community, especially as like more corporate cannabis tries to come over and just come through with high THC prices. It's not all about the high THC because you can get high THC and the bud could be not the best. Like flavor, aroma, taste, that all plays a factor into the whole experience as well of good cannabis.
Right on. Yeah, I hear you.
Oh my God, damn it.
What did you do? Oh, you dropped an ash. We're going to burn down the house again.
Jesus Christ. So bad. Holy cow, that's so bad. I went to puff it, and then I must have exhaled because that just went.
Wow. Yeah.
I wonder if you can see the playback of that heat, the hot just going. Toof.
Jeez, I just saw my house. I'm just kidding.
Oh, I would have stomped it out before, man.
I'm just kidding.
I would have got you. Come on.
Come on, man.
That's not
so funny. Yeah. No, is there? No, definitely not 25 ultra thins. I mean, I know I think there's 50 in the hems, right?
There's 50 in the hems, but the ultra thin was like 25 or like 28, 32. It was very small. It was a very low number. He might be right in 25. I haven't got them in a while, actually. I strictly just buy the ultra thins. Or not, geez, the hem. I bought
a lot of crossover.
Yeah, there's 50 leaves on these. And not even sponsored by the Zigzag, but honestly, buy them. Buy them.
Jeez, branding, or I mean, what do you call it? Subliminal messaging.
I don't know. I just love their stuff, but like I use a filter though as well too. So I use like a raw filter. I'm just gonna go buy this booklet though on the side note. I think that's the best for me, man. Just to have that That'd be great.
Yeah, I can see that.
All those sleeves.
Dean, are you referring to the board for audio? And yeah, I mean, honestly, with Geraniol, I mean, those were the main sites. Thank you for mentioning the lotions and stuff, because it definitely was mentioned over and over and over about that, and I totally forgot. So that was thank you. Almost forgot about that, the lotions and stuff.
Yeah, no. I'm glad you brought that up. Thank you.
Thanks, Jason, my dude.
What's going on, Bobbles? Appreciate you tuning in.
Oh, Bobbles, what's up, G?
There.
Oh yeah, what's up, dude? It's my dude. Check out Joyology. They got a lot of options if you're in the center line area. Check them out.
And then D-Rock did say the metal ones. I didn't read his comment earlier.
We're using a Rode Podcaster currently for this setup. So.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. But I like it. I like it a lot for my usual setup.
That was great, man. I think it's very, plug and go with that.
Oh, I love that thing. Yeah. Really? I mean, that kind of. I mean, I was gonna say ultra. I thought ultra thins were kind of like the most basic paper. He said that Josh said they don't sell them near his house. I'm like, at the gas station near his house. I'm like, dang, that's crazy, because I feel like ultra thins and the orange zigzags are what were everywhere. Does anyone actually smoke the orange zigzags anymore? Because I haven't done that in a long time.
No, like I said, I don't like those. I don't hate them. I'll smoke them, but I'm just not a fan. It's just so much paper.
Yeah, I feel that.
It is. It's just so much paper. I feel you're just smoking paper with a little bit of weed.
I don't even like them. I remember when I first started rolling, that's what I used.
I used them too.
That's what I first.
I went through all the paper.
And then I got to thins.
So many.
And that's the last thing and then honestly, I think from there is when I got to hemp.
Actually, I did like the raw organic hemps.
I went raws for a while. Yeah,
I did like those for a while.
I was gonna say, and that was for the longest of times until whenever these came out X amount of years ago.
Yeah, because Zigzag didn't have those for the longest time.
No way.
As soon as they did, I think everyone tried them.
I did. I liked them. Yeah, Dean. Why? What are you looking at? Getting the podcaster? Getting a board? Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Yeah, Geraniol. I have to say it in my head how I heard it on that stream, on that person. It's so funny.
Don't start any fires. I won't, man. I promise.
CannaDave is going to probably start a fire. Well, on 420, I think we dropped 2 or 3 each. No, one or 2 each.
You dropped 3.
I dropped. You dropped 3. I dropped 1 or 2. We both almost burned this couch. This couch is probably.
I'm surprised the couch is still
many
here.
Holes on this
Actually,
thing.
There's not that many holes.
I mean, there's a couple.
My side's pretty good over here.
Not. Whatever. I think CannaDave's is blowing them over here. It's your fault. It ain't my fault, bro. Couldn't be me.
He's like, I ain't wasting that weed. It's a habit that's happened since I've been a young smoker.
Since I was a young smoker. All right, I'm taking another glob.
Take it. You doing the same kind? Matt McFlurry?
Yep.
Almost said McFlurry.
McFlurry.
Is that what it is?
It is McFlurry.
Why am I saying McFlurry?
Because you're thinking McDonald's, man. What do you mean, why am I saying McFlurry? What do you mean, why? Duh, you say McFlurry. Jeez, man, what are you talking about?
Oh, man, I'm thinking of McDonald's. I don't even want McDonald's.
I mean, this is pretty close.
Has nothing
and it is
to do
sweeter
with
terps. I think there is that sweeter, creamier terp. So I think maybe you could be mixing it up in your head. But I know, that's obviously what they were going for.
But it has nothing to do with the terpene G either, though. Why am I thinking?
I have no idea. It is just a sweeter terp. I don't know if it's cream. I just said it's got maybe that's creamier, sweet to it, but it's sweeter.
That's hilarious, man. Oh man, dude. God damn.
Oh, CannaDave. You can follow him at CannaDave, as you can see on your screen. if you want to follow more nonsense.
You can.
And actually really sweet looking plants.
That's usually what it is. You don't ever see me laughing, or there's no funniness. So.
Just weed plants.
Yeah,
I like my girls.
Pretty much. I like weed.
I love weed.
Oh man, that was a good laugh. Not much,
and definitely,
man.
definitely check out my page if you're into the music vibe and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, drop that.
But I
real
also
quick.
I got a stream coming up this Saturday with the homies over at the Big Fam Music Festival and Mean Mug Music. If you want to check out their
What time
stuff.
are you going on, Groovee?
I believe I'm doing 7 to 8 or 7 to 7:55 on Twitch on Saturday. Mean Mug Music on Twitch. Check them out.
Is it all one word?
Dope
Mean
bass
Mug Music.
I'm not sure. I think when I just typed it in, searched it, I found it.
We'll drop the link Saturday for the Wake and Bake,
So definitely some
so
dope
everyone
bass
can tune
music
in
for sure.
if they want to check out Groovee Saturday night.
Yep. Watch me push buttons. All sorts of buttons.
Hell yes.
Saxophone buttons. Music buttons.
Saxophone buttons. Yeah, I love when you bring that out.
Yeah. I'm bringing a little sax. I do a little saxophone, a little keyboard, just with a little mix of everything. I got my ADD, as you can see, as you listen to me talk. So it helps. I like just vibe. So, it'll be fun. And honestly, I mean, Mean Mug Music has got a great team. I've been digging their stuff, following them for a while. So I, appreciate that I get they're launching a Fresh and Funky Records, and they invited me to come on their live stream and drop some music. So it'll be tight. They're cool. Very, very positive energy. So it's gonna be a great time.
Nah, man, I'm excited. I'm glad you're doing it. It'll be a good set. 7 o'clock.
Do I like lettuce? Yes, I do like some lettuce. I don't bump them
Nice.
all the time, but they're a good vibe. I definitely like a little bit more funkier on the heavier side. So if you mess with people like Grizz, Big G, Defunk, Grammatic, Marvel Years, I mean, I could go on for a while, as you can see. But like that's my vibe.
Yeah,
That's my jam.
man. That's
These are
your
my
shit.
idols. Straight up. But yeah, that's what I like to do. At least that's what I like to vibe with. I did write a few, like 4 lo-fi tracks with my buddy, where it's more like jazzy lo-fi. So if you're into like jazz and lo-fi vibes, check that out. It's all on my Spotify. So yeah.
And then how can they find that Spotify?
Oh, just Groovee. 2 E's, no wow.
2 E's? No, perfect. Jason, I currently am LED and CMH. But CMH is just in veg. LEDs and flower. I made the switch from HPS to LEDs. LEDs are a little bit more expensive. And by a little, I mean the one I got was a lot. But definitely I dig the brand Illuminar. Very good product. Very good product.
I mean, at the end of the day, especially when you're going indoor, if you're gonna grow for a long time, and now that it's legal, it's definitely worth the investment over long-term heat, energy savings. But I mean, I understand if you have your preferences and you want different spectrums and you want to mix. I've heard people running double-ended and LEDs because they want full spectrum, different spectrums.
But it's all about that light spectrum. I mean, also I like the LEDs because to me the technology it's advanced very far within the last 10 years. Like when I first came into growing, it was HPS and that was it. Hortilux 1000 watts HPS, the pink box, and then that was pretty much it. That's everyone I knew. That's
Right.
what you had.
Right.
That's what you ran.
No, true.
And then double ended, and then
Well, that's true because I remember for the longest time it was just expensive to grow cannabis until LEDs came out and they're like, oh hey, there's this cheaper option. Everyone's like, oh sweet, and then they're like, oh, but it's like quadruple the price to buy the light.
But the technology wasn't even as advanced as it was though too with the chips and stuff. Like the spectrums were further behind compared to where they are now, in my mind. And then you also had the cheaper LEDs that they weren't produced. And by quality I mean the quality of the bud. You're not getting the same output in quality from the HPS and the LED. And I personally I think. I mean, you've tried both. I mean, I bought an extra light to go LED, and I like LED. There's a couple of reasons why I do like it, especially if you're just doing your home. I mean,
I really just think
the terps.
Here's
the
my
terps.
big
You
thing.
don't burn the terps. The plants can go. The plants can grow very close to the light without burning the terps and like bleaching the bud and destroying.
Well, that's what I was gonna say.
The
Is you can
THC,
get taller plants in an
cannabinoids.
indoor grow. Do I necessarily think HPS grows better bud than LED? I don't know because I mean your room was it wasn't technically separated, so light did bleed slightly.
Yes,
So,
HPS
but at the same
does
time,
pack on weight though, always.
but that's what I was gonna say
Always.
is like some of that stuff still hit. Like that's what I think of a lot of the
Always.
curing process and the feeding and the grower themselves. Their process is more important than the light. But I think the light, you know, it's probably like a new technique. And like I said, there's little advantages to both, and probably depends on your growing technique, right? And then also how high are your ceilings, like how big is your space?
Yeah,
If you're growing in a warehouse and you can't lower them, I mean, like I don't know. There's so many factors.
You might want the double endeds too. I mean,
don't
I
know.
just I like it for me
Circumstance-wise, I
personally.
suppose.
For me, for my situation right now, I do like the LEDs.
Indoor,
and
especially.
Josh, within the last 5 years, has come very far. I think the only reason why I went and got LEDs was because I went to CannaDave. I think it was in 2019. They were here in Detroit, and every other booth was pretty much LEDs. Like, and I talked to so many people. I saw Hordy too, Hordalux. But everyone was just talking about LED technology and everything, and I was like, this is interesting. And then met a couple other people, Cannabis Aid. Drew Thomas hooked me up with Scott from Illuminar, one of the reps, and good stuff. Also, if you are interested in LEDs, I can get you guys like a discount as well. They gave me like a promotion coupon down the line that I have, so I can. If you're interested, just send me a DM. I can let you know.
Has some promo code.
But the lights are a little bit pricey, but I like the bud. I think it comes out good. I don't think I lose as much weight compared, maybe a little, but I still like the bud, and to me it helps. Now it's not as hot, it's not as humid. More to control. Better control my environment, and that's what I want to do, is be able to control the environment better.
And I think that's what LED allows you to do. You know, HPS. Rather than doing all.
For
this
me, in my circumstance, it does. Yeah, like
Right, and that's what I said. I mean, I kept saying indoor, but what I meant was like your indoor basement grow, like your home grow.
Yes,
not necessarily your commercial level, because your commercial level you might want certain spectrum changes depending on what level of
you might want to drop one
you're
of
at,
those.
depending on what room you're in.
Yep.
Right, so
Yep.
I think if you're gonna be at a home grow level and you're just trying to like be efficient with cost, height, that type of stuff, LED makes sense, but you got to invest a little bit more bread.
Yeah, and I think metal halides too are even good in veg. Like I'm running ceramic metal halides. CMHs and veg, the 330s. They're doing pretty good. I do like those over like an HPS in veg, which I ran forever, which is so stupid because the light spectrum's not the best, like you're saying. And
what you know, you grow and you learn, you grow and you learn.
Yeah, no, that's why I love learning and talking to other growers, because you can get tips and everything from other people, because everyone spreads the knowledge. That's why I love the cannabis community so much. Everyone's talking, sharing, growing, helping each other grow.
Pun intended.
Pun intended, yeah. Pun intended.
Nice.
That is good. Well, I don't know. I mean, if I was ever to get a facility, I don't know what I would do. Probably mix of both, because HPS is a lot cheaper to start up, and
That's what I've
LEDs
heard.
are such a high upfront cost. It really is.
I've had a friend that grew it they would talk about higher level growing, again, way above my understanding, but they say he'd do like double ended and LEDs and then put certain colors in the LED process, and it's like, whoa, because that means you're like really thinking about this light spectrum and how much it specifically helps, each one.
Yeah.
At what stage?
Yeah. No, completely. It veg wants different light than flower.
100%.
Seedlings want different, and they all want different temperature as well too, and humidity.
Science, bitch.
I love it.
That's the Jesse from Breaking Bad reference. If you
I know. I picture that too, and the meme.
Nice. Nice. Well, hey, better terps and soil or hydro? Oh, soil or hydro? Whoa. So here's my thing. I think you get better looking buds in soil and everything in soil, but again, like I mean, there's cocoa, there's deep water culture now that I've had bud that is making me kind of second guess hydroponic cannabis because like it's deep
It's
water.
good. Yeah.
It's different. Because when I used to get hydro, I don't know about y'all, it used to be kind of airy, and I don't know if that was just the grower and the lack of effort or whatever they would put in. I don't know, the lack of nutrients, and that was just my experience with hydro. So it could be. So, but that's why I said like I've had deep water culture cannabis now, which is technically I guess you'd call it hydroponic weed, right? Because the roots are just in the water.
Yeah.
Okay, so.
Yeah. No, you're right.
I know they're defined differently in terms, so that's why I don't want to overlap them completely. It's technically deep water, but like the buds were great, dense. Like I wouldn't have been able to be like cocoa or soil. And that's the thing when you tell me soil, like you probably put cocoa in there too, because like cocoa soil, is there really a difference? Like I don't know. I can't tell. I can't smoke the. I can't smoke.
No, I mean, I would agree with you on that.
You know what I'm saying? I just used to see. What did you think about hydro? Like, do you have any experience trying hydro? I only had a couple people I've ever had hydro from. In my knowledge.
The one I do like recently would be Ghost. Their deep water culture.
Right,
their product's good. But other than that, not off that stuff. But I also don't know what the brands are growing, though. If they're growing in deep water culture, are they growing in coca, are they growing in soil? Like it's not like they put that on their,
no, I mean,
their
that's
packaging.
What I said. Some of the ones we've talked to, I'm not going to put their names out there. We've pretty much seen pictures of probably a soil cocoa mix. It's probably a mix of something, and again, probably depends on the stage.
I
like moisture levels they want.
I think whatever you can grow best with, go with. I did hydro, did not like hydro. I have done soil. Made my like soil with the Pro Mix, and I've also done cocoa, and Pro Mix. I've done different bags, and I usually go back. I've liked cocoa and I like the Pro Mix. Those are the two I usually stick to. And recently it's just been Pro Mix, and then I've add my stuff to it. But
so yeah, you kind of do like kind of a mix too. So that's what I'm saying. It's kind of it's probably growers
it's
touch,
your preference. I don't know. It's like your touch, what you like.
So I guess better terps. I don't think we can give you an answer. I can't give you an answer. Better terps anymore.
I think it depends on like the entire processes too, and the grower.
Yeah. I mean, genetics definitely matter. But if you got a good grower, sometimes they can make bad genetics pretty tasty. At least until it like hermaphrodites or whatever happens, right? But
yeah. I could see. I would agree with you on that, man. I would agree with you on that. I think the grower's got a lot to do with it, and it also has to do with the grow environment, the nutrients, like is the pH, and all these little things play a factor. But I think the grow environment, the light, and genetics, and the grower are your main things. This grower's definitely up there. It's like it's a weed. No matter what, you'll still get something. It might just not be quality, but.
That's
true. Might not be good, bud.
Didn't even think about that like that.
And
valid point.
And if you do grow, good luck. I hope everyone grows some chronic cannabis. I always hope so. I didn't grow any chronic for a while. It took time, but it was good.
Oh my God! Fun. I remember the first time CannaDave brought weed out, and I was allegedly smoking weed in the street in my car. I'm just kidding. I definitely was. It was like 12, 13 years ago, whatever it was. Anyways, you bring it out in a little paper. You're like, oh, yo, check it out. I got weed. I was tight. I unfolded this, and I was like shaky looking, stringy bud. And don't get me wrong, like we smoked it, and we got a buzz. Would we now? Probably not.
I'd probably, if I could time warp back, I'd be like,
get out.
I'd be like, you're on the right path. Keep going.
Yeah, no, that's all I'm just talking shit. But like, that's what I'm trying to say. Is look how far you've come, man. And like, this is a long process, and it's getting And granted, you can cut.
It's a lot
corners.
Of failure.
And
mess ups.
You have to learn. You have to learn. Yeah. Failure is just learning. It's just disguised in this dirty word that we think it's bad. It's not bad. Failing is not bad. Failing has got me to where I am. You know what I mean? To where you are.
True. Yes. Very true. Very true. Very true. And I
don't mean that in a bad way. I mean, like, I feel like I'm doing pretty decent for my life. So it's like,
no, I would agree.
I'm happy.
I'm happy too.
Yeah.
I'm happy. Yeah. Failure.
We'll learn a lot, huh?
But you do run through problems, and you got to overcome them. The funny thing about the first grow, though, is the time when I got those genetics, everything now is like stuff and seeds that I've bought, or or like a seed or two that I've had from like really good batch that I'm like, I'll grow it, see how it turns out. Like the sherbet, and it's fire. So like everything else is pretty not mine. But before, when I bought my clones for the first time, it was the most sketchiest thing. When I bought the clones, like, you mad? Here you go, boom, boom. Ended up getting spider mites on it as well too, and that was my first time with mites.
Jeez.
Yeah, wild, man, wild.
Yeah, sorry I had to pin this because I wanted to say, hey, what's up, Drew? How's it going, Lemon? Josh just said some genetics are finicky, so you gotta have a green thumb to get results, and that's something like that's something why, to be real with you, like sometimes it is harder for some people to get into growing that don't have a green thumb naturally, man. Because naturally I don't have a green thumb naturally. Have I helped you with cannabis? Hell, I have helped a lot. I've done a lot of the process, and I've helped people and trimmed, and but at the end of the day, like when you don't have a green thumb, it's a tough process, like especially if you have someone in your life that was like, hey, I grow and here, watch me plant or garden or whatever. You got to learn it kind of.
Yeah, my family garden all the time. My grandma had a huge garden where I lived. That garden was huge in the backyard. But I would completely agree with that comment as well. And that's when I was saying earlier on the 007 is like, yeah, it's good now. But once I tweak it here and there, a couple things to like the process of it, I think I can make it even better and have the terps and other things pop out as well too. Also with that plant, I should have chopped it a little lower and filmed it better, but that's just a side note on my own side. But other than that, just check out my IG if you want to see it. I do some talking there, mostly photos.
We'll get it there. They're looking at me, you're looking at me.
Yeah, no, that's just fun. That's funny, but that's a side rant. I mean, Terp talk on G today, Geraniol.
Yeah, hey, dude.
I love the conversation like that, though. I love talking growing genetics and other stuff. So like we could.
Yeah, look below. That's pretty much the summary. It definitely has some cool effects, and it was used for other things than just that. But Geraniol is definitely
What up, Blunt Grunt?
Rosy citrus type of smoke. So we don't. It's not one flavor, and that's why when we get to these more specific terpenes, they're not one flavors anymore. They're kind of mixes, and that's why people are calling it this floral rose. But really, it's got a lot of people. Some other articles are saying citrus rose, or sweet, like blueberry fruit. But that's like it's definitely this cross of a mixture of a couple. But I would say it's between those three flavors the most, and then like you said, insects, repellent, and all these other things.
It's also good for bees though too, because
the bees thing, yeah.
That
was cool.
That bee tip was
cool.
Very cool. But yeah, I mean that's pretty much the terp.
Yeah, what's up, Brain Josh? Brain Jerk.
What's up, Josh? One day Groovee will get it right. One day. What up, Josh?
We smoked 2 joints. It took a few days. 2 days.
Oh man,
I'm groovy, baby.
Yeah, no, you are feeling groovy, man. I just appreciate everyone tuning in tonight.
Yeah, man.
We were just talking about growing and HPS LED.
Geraniol.
We're talking about Geraniol. Oh, I think I said it right.
There you go. Finally, we got CannaDave to say it
2
right
weeks.
after a full hour. 2 weeks.
Geraniol.
Yeah, Geraniol.
Geraniol. Got it.
Geraniol.
Yeah. Oh, finally. It feels so great.
I'm not going to do the applause clap. I'm not going to do it. Done too much.
No, that's all right. I don't even deserve it.
Oh, man.
I really don't. I really don't.
It's so funny.
Because I'll probably mess it up last time. But yeah, we got a new. I want to let everyone know we have a new episode dropping tomorrow. We do a review on some hash rosin by Clout King. It's called Clout Face, which I believe it is Face Off OG, just named as Clout Face for their brand. And
which we talk about a little bit on there, but we'll talk about it more on Saturday. Maybe that'll be our topic, like talking about one of the topics, just like people rebranding strains as their own, just certain specific phenotypes. Mm-hmm. It's just a new thing, I'm getting used to it.
Well, yeah, because it's like
specific phenotypes. It's like instead of saying, Max 69, they're calling it Macalicious, and then saying Max 69 in quotations.
Macalicious sounds pretty good though. We should.
Yeah, it wasn't a bad name, but. I don't know. It's just new stuff. I see why they're doing it, and especially if you keep the name in the name, it kind of makes sense. But only when I say kind of, I mean kind of doesn't make sense. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, Because like you at least gotta have the name, at least have the real genetics to it, so people can figure it out. Like say, hey, this is actually what it's called, and here are the genetics. Like,
Or
so
have it,
otherwise
or
that's gonna
yeah,
get
it's gotta be like on the
confusing.
packaging or something because
That can get confusing.
yeah, that's one thing.
You know what I mean?
And then we also got some updates about Florida not going legal in 2022, and just a city update here in Michigan. So check that out. That'll be released live 4/20 tomorrow. And that's on all your streaming platforms, and you can catch the video on YouTube and Facebook at 4/20. And then other than that, appreciate you guys all tuning in for tonight's Terp Talk on Geraniol with me and Groovee. I'm CannaDave.
Groovee? Oh,
yeah,
you're right. Oh no, usually we don't say that at the end.
Yeah,
You hit me
no,
out
I
of
know.
nowhere. All right, yeah, and I'm Groovee.
Yeah, no,
check
no,
us
I
out.
didn't mean to do that, but I wanted to say
Check
tune
out some
into our
dope
Wake and
growing
Bake.
pictures. Check out some okay music on my page.
He's got some dope music. Check him out, and he's live streaming this Saturday,
Me
7
mug.
o'clock. We'll drop
Big
the link
fam, shout
in our
out.
Wake and Bake chat, so you guys can tune back to that link and check him out if you guys have some time.
Squad
for an
takeover May
hour.
7th at Electricity. That's my fam doing some takeover dubstep stuff over at Electricity.
Then you got
May
that.
7th.
So
No, I don't got that. That's my fam. Like Squad, just giving him a shout out.
oh, okay, my
Saturday
bad,
is
my bad.
Twitch for me. Me Mug Music on Twitch. Check it out.
Yeah, no,
Gonna be fresh.
that's
and funky
exciting, man.
records.
That's exciting.
Fresh and funky.
I'm
We're gonna
excited.
get funky. So I
Yeah.
played a funky song on the in. We're gonna do like a little jazzy chill song I did with my buddy Logan Law on the way out. I appreciate y'all stopping in. You got anything else, fam?
No, I got nothing else. I hope to see you all bright and early on Saturday. For
the
a
Wake
wake
and
and bake. Yeah,
Hell
so
yeah,
that's
yeah.
what I love waking up with everyone on Saturday. So let's I hope you guys all have a great rest of your week. Check out our new episode tomorrow. And if it's your first time joining, hit that follow, like, subscribe button. We appreciate it. We're trying to grow this community, make it bigger. We're in Michigan based, but we want to make it, United States worldwide one day. So thank you all. Have a great week. Groovy, play your music.
Peace. As always, we're here to
Oh, yeah.
advocate
Educate.
and inspire. Later.
Peace.